Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back Jags for KSU. Tuscaroras needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Live from Garfield Heights High School, it is an interstate matchup here on SmeeSports as the 9-4 Garfield Heights Bulldogs welcome in the 11-4 Erie, Pennsylvania Royals as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Hello friends, Nathan Smee, Cam Ricazzo on the call for you this evening. We were talking about it before we went on here tonight, Cam. This is one of, as I said last night, 2 smoke games, but then we look at the schedule. One of 3 smoke games in a row for Sonny Johnson. And it's not going to be easy from here on out. You have one of the best teams from Pennsylvania coming in tonight. Saturday, it's Louise. And then Thursday, it's his brother Amici Johnson in Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a huge test of their season and really a good measuring point in how well they're going to do in the playoffs. Obviously, state title in their minds, but you got to win these big games down the stretch, especially starting with tonight and then on Saturday and next Thursday as well.
And I would say you can add actually 2 more games onto that. CCC at their place next Saturday. Mike Duncan doing an excellent job with that program, an alum, part of the class of 2002, as well. That was the home of Rick Hairston back in the day, who we saw with the Glen Oak Eagles on Tuesday. And then after that, it's Bedford, and we know what Jermaine Gay likes to say. He is a big talker, and I'm sure that's going to be a big one over at the Ship. Well, let's talk about Erie, a team who was 10-13 last year, but already has more wins in this campaign than they did all of last year. And oh, by the way, we're not even in February.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a pretty good team, pretty well-balanced offense, not one player really wowing you out the most, but it's really going to be on Wooford tonight trying to lead that offense. He leads the team in scoring and points per game, but, it's definitely got to be on a couple of the other guys as well. They got to play very well to beat this very talented Garfield team.
And when you break down the numbers for both teams, I have a very big concern for Erie. Flashback 2 weeks ago at Warrensville Heights. Warrensville welcomed in Capital from West Virginia, one of the best teams. I believe one ranking had them 2, another had them number 1. Very similar scoring. and they got completely outplayed, including Warrensville Heights hitting 15 threes to their none. How do you avoid that trap tonight on the road, driving over an hour and a half in from PA?
Well, I think you just can't think about it, right? That's a different team. They played another different team, and you got to come in tonight. Obviously, you're playing a very different team that we're going to see the other two schools face off, next Thursday. But I just think you got to think of it as a different game. You did your scouting, you did your homework. Obviously, you know the talent of this team. You just got to go out there and execute it on the floor tonight.
And looking at the starting lineup tonight for Erie, Lockett, Elverton, Jones, Wofford, and Wilson. A strong starting five for them. Wofford, the leading scorer, averaging 13.1 a night. As for Garfield Heights, Swift, Williams, Jones, Belcher, and the main man, MJ Marcus Johnson, the South Carolina commit, 29.6 points per game this year. Is he right now your favorite for Mr. Basketball for back-to-back years?
I think so.
I don't know who else you put up in that conversation. I know Delphus St. John's, they have a couple of great players. I don't know if he's going to be on the ballot officially. Dylan Ziegler over at Lutheran East, I think he gets a shout. Going down the list, there's some other guys who can easily be on that list. Trey Drexler over at Brunswick.
Yeah, Trey Drexler.
And we'll see him on Saturday night over at the Wick. Beyond that, I think this is Marcus's competition. I think last year it came down to really him and Quinn, but no more Quinn Kwasniak, who's one of those small-town big scorers, and that could give him an opportunity. I would have said early on in the season, dark horse J.R. Jackson, he's not averaging enough, in my opinion, to get on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good Alliance team, but, when you're talented all around, you don't need really that big scorer to try and, keep you in those games all night long. So the rest of the Alliance team has done a very good job in, propelling that team to be so great.
And looking as well at the Royal start to the campaign, they won their opening 9 games. Since then, they have lost 4 of their last 6, and those 4 losses, TJHS 71-69, McDowell, who knocked them out of the playoffs last year, 66-55, Youngstown Cheney 71-51. They have been a great story this year. Alliance, they blew them out of their place, but since then, the Cowboys, in their last year of existence, have really stepped it up. I'm excited to see Youngstown United next year, who will play in this building as they are a part of that new conference. And finally, Cathedral Prep, which was last night, 83-76. So some big losses in there to some juggernauts of the PA and the Youngstown area basketball scene.
Especially coming off a loss and then driving all the way up here tonight, you definitely have a sour taste in your mouth, and you want to get it out. You want to take your frustration out on this team on the court, and they really got to show up tonight in a big way.
The opposite's true for Garfield. Since coming back from Florida, they are yet to lose again. Their loss is St. V's, of course, in a big way. That was a big loss for them. 63-60 at the Chosen One event presented by Nike. Paul VI, that was a big loss by 33. Bishop McNamara, both of those teams ranked nationally. And Sarasota, 67-47. Since they've come back, Glenville by 4, Jackson by 9, Shaker by a bunch, Bedford by a bunch, Maple by 20, and Shaw by forfeit. Winners of 6 straight. Garfield has the makings of, as we expected, a state title contender this year. With that in mind, we will toss things downstairs to our PA announcer, who might be the best PA announcer in all of NEL basketball. We absolutely love him down there, as he will get us ready and pumped up for this exciting high school basketball matchup.
For this evening's contest, featuring the guests, the Royals of Erie High School, versus your Bulldogs of Garfield Heights. Now, both of these high schools are friendly rivals. So, conduct and competition amongst them, we must remain calm, cool, collected, as while we are cheering. Now, while the competition may be fierce, all in attendance this evening are reminded that appropriate behavior is expected and required. So now, let's meet the officials assigned to this game. The officials are Mr. Sir Lenny Schuler, Chris Sarris, and Larry Hofstetter. Let's give the officials a great big hand. And at this time, if we could take a moment and all rise and honor playing the Star Spangled Banner. gentlemen could also remove any hats and hoods would be greatly appreciated. And now for the Star Spangled Banner. Now, let's meet your starters for both teams. First off, featuring the Royals of Erie High School. Coming out first, the 6'4" junior, small forward, wearing number 4, is Raheem Elberton. Out next, the 6'1" junior, point guard, shooting guard combo number 5, Joseph Jones. Out next, the 6'6" junior, power forward, wearing number 10, Jaden Stewart. Out next, the 5'10" junior point guard, wearing number 12, Sebastian Hooper. And our last but certainly not least, a 6-foot senior shooting guard, wearing number 13, Deontay Tay Wilson. And the head coach is Shannon Pulliam. Welcome to the Dog Pound. Introducing your starters. A 5'9" freshman wearing number 2. Don't blink, but it's Devontae Swift. Out next, a 6-foot sophomore, number 4. It's CJ Williams. Out next, a 6'5" junior, wearing number 24, is Antonio Jones. And out next, a 6'7" junior, wearing number 35, is the Big T, Zachariah Belcher. And now, last and certainly not least, it's 6'2" senior, wearing number 11. You know, MJ, it's Morgan Johnson. And the head coach here, Sonny D. Sonny Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for some basketball.
Cam, you know, every time we hear Marcus Johnson's name announced, there is a big eruption from the crowd.
Absolutely. I mean, he's just such a phenomenal player. You can't help but applaud him.
I would say he is the definition of a hometown hero here at Garfield Heights High School, just like his dad, a great player for the Bulldogs. And they are the first ever father-son duo to win Mr. Basketball in national history. Sonny back in 1998 and Marcus last year in 2025. And the banner off to our right, a big banner at that, tells us the full story about that one. Time locally, 7:08 p.m., and we are ready to go. Garfield controls the opening tip, and they will work right to left to open up the matchup in their new home white jerseys. And on the road, it's Erie in their road purples. C.J. Williams, far wing, setting the table. A great starting five tonight for the Bulldogs, of course, led out by Marcus Johnson. But don't forget the freshman Javante Swift. A great campaign so far. Johnson, the shoe shine, able to pick it back up in the end. Now down low, Belcher, one man to beat, and quickly double teamed. Excellent defense so far from Erie.
Thought it was maybe a travel down low.
And just like that, that low post taken out quickly. Marcus Johnson, well downtown, and he's got it.
Expect to see a lot of that tonight.
Was there ever a doubt there?
No.
And Garfield Heights opens up the scoring tonight. Erie, a team that so far this year is averaging 64.2 points per game, trying to get on the board quickly, and they will have a chance with an inbound underneath their own baskets. A lot of good hustle there from Garfield Heights, trying to get down low to that low post. Expect that to be a key point of emphasis for both defenses tonight. Elverton out wide to Jones, averaging 10.2 a night. Jones with Johnson in his face, now back out wide to Wofford. 7 on the clock in the opening frame. It's Wofford, just too late on the finger roll. Rebound down low, it is Stewart, can't put it away. Another rebound, it's Wofford, he goes up and down, and Belcher controls in the paint. Nicely worked by the defense of Garfield Heights, getting it back in the end. Johnson drives, and the and one! Marcus Johnson unfazed in traffic.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not afraid to drive at you, get through the contact, and the tough basket to follow.
Marcus Johnson is just one of those great players who, no matter what you do defensively, it might never be enough.
Can only hope to contain him.
And I feel like containing him is 25 points. The and one is good for Marcus. He now has a quick 6. All the scoring so far tonight, it's Marcus Johnson. And here comes Erie trying to answer. Stewart drives. His fadeaway is good. A good answer down low for the Royals. And Jaden Stewart, he needed that one inside the paint. A quick substitution bringing him in the matchup. And so far, he has provided a quick spark. It's Jones. His three not going to be there. Rebound in the paint. It's Jones. And Erie able to pick up their first defensive stop of the night. They needed one there quickly.
Ooh.
And there's the foul on Javante Swift. But a great campaign for him, 8.8 points per game, 4.1 assists as well.
Thought he might have been able to get a piece of the ball there, but I think when he grabbed the arm, the ball came free.
Going back to last year's team, you lost some great pieces, 2 of the biggest ones being Ari Jones and Nasir Hines. The Belchers, they have been able to really fill in that gap. As for the wings, it's kind of a by committee decision. Swift can be a wing. Getting King Young in, though, that is the big acquisition for Garfield after he transferred in from CCC, as he will have a revenge game next Saturday on the road at the St. Stan Center. Wofford in the wing, he will go top. Elverton, far wing, deep 3. Just too strong, off the mark. Stewart the rebounds down low, and it will spill back out to the corner for Elverton. Another chance for the offense, Jones. Beautiful bounce down low, and the bank will open up for Stewart.
Stewart's already wreaking havoc down low. They got to keep to try and contain him there.
We talked about Belcher being a nuisance in the low post for Garfield. Instead, it's Stewart for Erie. And there is the foul on the drive against the Royals. I expect to see a lot more physicality tonight as this one goes on. And so far, we are getting treated to a lot of strong basketball.
Yes, we are.
The Royals not really a common mascot in basketball, but you know what? We'll see them again tomorrow night in CBCA. Johnson's 3 is good. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And Marcus Johnson now has 9. All 9 for the Bulldogs. But going back to it, not too many schools with the Royals. But I like it, especially these uniforms. They remind me a lot of Ohio's Reynoldsburg. Another drive down low and the clothesline on the baseline. That foul clear on Marcus Johnson.
Yeah, tried to go for the block, got a little bit too much of the body there, though.
I like the physicality. I like the idea, but you got to be careful. You can't get a tee this early, which I think if this game gets out of hand physically, a play like that could eventually be assessed as something a little more strong.
Yeah.
So 2 shots incoming here for Erie. Deontay Wilson at the line, averaging 4.1 points per game this campaign. Wilson's first, not going to be there. And here comes Zachariah Belcher into the game for the first time. And I like what Garfield does with those two. The senior comes off the bench, the junior starts. You're preparing for next year, as this will be the first time in a long while Garfield doesn't lose their starting center. You go back to last year, it was Hines replacing D1 commits DeAndre Jones. And of course, this year is gone. Wilson able to split the pair. Now 9-5, Garfield up by 4. And all the scoring as expected from Marcus Johnson. Why not another three? He's 3 for 3. All 12 for Marcus Johnson so far. He's on pace for over 24 points in the first quarter.
Jeez.
That would be insane if he gets it. Williams with the steal. And here comes Garfield Heights up the other end, up by 7. Beautiful spin by CJ. And there is the foul called. But he is just one of those great small, scrappy guards for Garfield Heights.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the handle a little bit earlier and then comes back with a nice spin and nothing to do but foul him or else he's driving down the lane uncontested.
He plays the game so similar to King Young. You have basically the same player twice. Both equally good, I would say. Johnson taking up the floor, already 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. To the corner, Swift. And he goes back up top for Williams. Garfield slowing things down just a bit with 4.5 on the clock in the first. CJ, his midi, not gonna fall. Rebound Smith, or rather Jones. And here comes Erie. Beautiful Euro in the lane. The floater not going to be there. No good from Stewart again. And it's Wilson the rebound. Back out to Jones. And the Royals will reset. Wilson driving, now pivoting. And nobody is home through the entire defense. And it's over and back. Possession Garfield.
Yeah, that one just pretty good defense by Garfield on the inside. Unable to get the first shot to go and then can't get the offensive rebound. I think that's definitely going to be a big thing tonight for the Bulldogs. Not allowing those offensive rebounds, but then the errant pass the other way gets the Bulldogs back the ball.
Antonio Jones out of the game for the first time tonight as we will see the senior Rod Starling. Swift, wide open 3. It's good. It is a 3-point party for the Bulldogs. That is their 4th of the game, and the first scorer not named Marcus Johnson of the night. A fantastic freshman on the board. And you look at our postseason awards, he could potentially be that freshman of the year.
He definitely could. I mean, we saw him in the gym before the NEO Youth League Christmas Classic. You know, he was in here definitely shooting around. Clearly, he had the makeup to be on this team, and here he is.
And not to spoil awards too much, I think right now it's going to be him, Gambrell, and Bryce Irby on the ballot. One more spot open, in my opinion. And that could obviously change with some big adjustments from some players down the stretch. But I think as things stand, that is going to be 3 of your 4. But as we said, plenty of time left to go. Down low, Stewart trying to find some space. Inside the basketball, it's Lockett. In and out, no good. Unlucky for the Royals. And Garfield Heights will take it back the other way. A strong start for the Bulldogs offense. Johnson, top of the arc, already 12 points. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He goes well top. Williams thought about the 3. Loose ball and picked up in transition by Lockett. Beautiful spin, but Williams gets the strip. And Johnson sets the table. Far side. It could be liftoff. Instead, it's the easy 2 for Belcher. A 12-point lead for Garfield Heights in the first. Domination from Sonny Johnson's crew. Williams drives and the bank will open. A much-needed response, and there's the timeout called by Erie. They want to talk things over. 2:52 on the clock in the first. It's Garfield up by 10 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Well, welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 2:52 on the clock in the opening frame. It is Garfield Heights 17, Erie 7, as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Cam, a strong start for the offense of Garfield Heights. We talked about the low post being key. Instead, it's the money ball, the 3-pointer, falling effortlessly for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, not a lot of work from inside the paint, but like you said, it has been a 3-point party from the outside.
3-point palooza, some might say. And we'll see if we do have that again tomorrow, which I think tomorrow, not so much. Unless Gambro catches fire again for Padua.
Yeah.
I don't think CVCA is going to live and die by the 3, but more on that game later. We'll give some previews of some of our big games coming up this weekend, especially the one on Saturday, one of the best in the area, but not the best, of course, as that would be right here at the Play-by-Play Classic. Inside the wing, Swift goes back top, and Terry will take his time. Far side, Johnson, well downtown, misses his first 3. That isn't going to fall tonight, but another chance on this possession. Belcher in the lane, well shy on the attempt, and it's Stewart picking up the pieces. Jaden Stewart, he has been the heartbeat of the offense so far. Down low to Lockett, and rejected. That is Zachariah Belcher's defense coming in clutch. Johnson poked on the screen to the corner, Swift to the wing. It's Starling. Once again, too strong, and the Royals pick it up. But a rare mistake from Marcus Johnson, just kind of ran into his own guy.
Royals got to get points here.
They need to. Williams down low, it's out of bounds, and right back the other way. Strong defense again from Javante Swift.
Yeah, and just a slip on the other end for the Royals. And not what you want to see, basketball just right out of bounds.
And for the first time tonight, we will see the CCC transfer King Young. The junior, a strong campaign so far off the bench, averaging 7 a night. For really the first time in his career, he is not the #1 option on his team, but he has adopted this new role and has become a very level-headed player. Johnson's floater not going to be their rebound, Stewart, but I love that for King Young's game. He put the maybe cockiness aside, and he's become a great role player for Sonny Johnson. Williams, top for Stewart. 90 seconds on the clock in the first. Stewart on Johnson, a big matchup to watch tonight, and Stewart wins the battle. He now has 6. And it's back to an 8-point game. Garfield in control, 17-9. Johnson for Young in the corner. High pass far side, picked up Terry. And now Johnson again, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc in the first. And the scoring for Garfield, it really has slowed down after Erie's first timeouts. High pass far side with a minute on the clock in the first quarter. King Young. Near side, Marcus Johnson. Could let one fly. That is one of his favorite shots to take. This time, no. Belcher from the basketball. Not going to be there. Wide right. Rebound Jones. And Erie is off to the races. Jones takes it himself. 2 shy on the first attempt. And the second one is good. A nice little rally here from Erie.
Yeah, good down the stretch. They've been playing very good defense, not allowing too great of shots for the Bulldogs. See if Marcus takes over here.
And we're back to a 2-possession game as well. If you're Garfield, hold for final shots and go to the second quarter. And I think that's exactly what they want to do. Get Marcus the ball and see what he can do on that final shot. Johnson right at the timeline. 10 seconds on the clock in the first. MJ swings top, wide open look, the 3. Not going to be there. Rebound Jones, and the Royals have the final shot if they can maybe get it off the floor. They won't. It's Belcher, and it's not going to be there. Wide right again, and that's the first quarter done and dusted. A whole lot of emotions there. The pass was right on line, but Belcher too tall to get over.
Yeah, might have thought about passing it to MJ there. Had a little bit of time to work with, too. I don't think he realized.
A strong start for Garfield, but Erie right back in it through 1 in Garfield Heights. It is the Bulldogs up by 6 on SmeeSports.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 17-11 your score through 1. Cam, what defensive adjustments have the Royals made to allow them to get back in this game, only down by 6 through 1 after a really rocky start?
Well, they've been able to double-team Marcus Johnson. When he gets the ball at the top, they're immediately double-teaming. Obviously, they know he's a superstar of this team, and trying to get the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
And it is Erie basketball to get things underway in quarter number 2 here at Garfield Heights High School. The floater in the lane is good. Williams knocks it down. He now has 4. And we're back to a 4-point game. It has to be Marcus Johnson take over time at some point. But MJ's not on the floor to begin the second quarter. So this is where you have to rely on some other guys. And maybe this is where the low post gets involved a lot more. In the lane, Starling drives, well shy. A rebound, Elverton. Erie starting to finally rally. Williams, far side, deep wing. Pernice. And with 7:20 on the clock, Erie having momentum. They can take their time here if they want. Instead, right back to the Bulldogs. Stolen away, it's Starling. And he gets fouled in transition. They will say it's on the shot, so it's free throws incoming for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Starling's having a tough go around, at least trying to finish today at the rim. A couple of three-pointers been off. That one can't get it to go, but finally gets the contact center to the line.
But I really like what Erie was able to adjust during that one timeout, down by 10, and they have scored 6 points straight. And a lot of that comes from Shannon Pulliam, the head coach over at Erie. Cam, 326 wins. He is the winningest head coach in Erie Public Schools history. Impressive work.
Very.
He has done a great job all over the Pennsylvania area, and I'm sure a lot of our fans watching on at home tonight are Erie fans. So I think that one was something that they accepted as a well-known fact, as they should. Starling able to split the pair. Garfield ends the 6-0 run. Or I believe going back to it, it was an 8-0 run. 17-5, the biggest lead of the night for Garfield, up by 12 at that time. Wofford, or rather, excuse me, that's Williams. Far wing, deep for Knight, pumps on Young, and he will take it inside. Beautiful drive, and there is the foul. But I like that move from Zahir Knight out wide. You draw Young. It's a height advantage just slightly. You get that little bit of leverage, and it's backpedaling and a clear foul on Young.
Yeah, you got him right on your hip. Why not take him to the rack?
So 2 chances for Knight, the senior, at the line. First of 2, not going to be there. But I'm sure the senior class, they are very happy with how this season has gone, and they have to be very proud. Last year, 10-13, you're already 11 wins in, which is great, only 4 losses. They didn't want their senior year to end the same way the class of 2025s did, and they made the proper adjustments in the offseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second one also not there. Rebounds down low for Garfield Heights. And that is a big sequence for Erie going against them. Young, beautiful pass, Swift, out wide. It's MJ, and he knocks it down. Seamless shot for Marcus Johnson. There's no way to rip through his game, Cam.
No, there's not.
Stewart down low, trying to drive in. Off the window, too strong. Rebound Royals. Once again, not there. Now Elverton brings it in, but Young picks it up off his back. An 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Johnson, not done yet. Thought about that 3. Instead, wide open. King Young can't get it to go. A bold decision pays off for the Royals in the end. I was very confused why they left them wide open there.
Exactly, and no one even moved when he got the ball.
It was a warm-up shot, really. But still, well downtown. He had his heat check, and the heat's not there quite yet for King Young, but his defense so far has been stellar. Knight pumping on Young, able to play it back out wide to the wing. It's Williams. It's good. Charlie Williams now with 7. And it's back to a 5-point game, 21-16. Johnson to the far corner, no look pass out to Williams, and back top for MJ. Beautiful movement all the way around, and they get the 3 to go. A heavy bounce there from Javante Swift, and he lets the bench of Erie know. And now there is a word from the official. Is he going to get teed up here? They can't do that right in front of that official. And I will say, Cam, that's the official who wanted us to mic him up. Right now, I wish we did.
Yeah.
Do you tee him up here?
I don't think they are right now, but
has to be a heavy and really strict warning.
Yes.
So back to an 8-point game, back-to-back-to-back threes. But a strong start for Garfield's offense, but a team that averages nearly 70 a night. They want more from this first half, and they need to get it from somewhere. And I think that somewhere, Cam, is quite obvious. It's Marcus Johnson.
Yes.
I think he can score 100, but he would want more from himself. And that's just the player that he is. And that's the way that Sonny has coached him up over the years. And that's why Sonny is going to go down as one of the best coaches in NEO basketball history. And on that drive, Wilson, he walks with it. Possession, Garfield Heights. And on the way here, I was talking about, okay, who are the guys in the game right now who are going to be the next best thing? I think down in Alliance, Chet Harper, he's going to go down as an all-time great. He can main up here. You have Mike Duncan, Michi Johnson, a lot of great coaches in the game right now. Jones, heavy pressure, not going to get it to go. And the rebound falls to Stewart. He has been the linchpin of the offense and defense today for Erie. An open look, it's Jones, and it's good. Made his man miss perfectly.
Yeah, Young tries to go for the steal just a little bit too much.
Johnson in the lane, and it's an and one. It's video game stuff from Marcus Johnson.
How does he do it? I mean, I didn't even think that had a chance of going in.
17 points of the 26 so far are Marcus Johnson's. What a start for MJ. I mean, you give this stat line to a guy named MJ, and you would think it's the guy who played for the Bulls. And the and one is good.
He might.
So Johnson, 2 for 2 from and ones. He has 18 points so far. A strong outing, but still, more for him is expected. Plenty of time for him to do it. This could be one of his best games of his career if he plays his cards right. Already a 2K scorer for Garfield. That shot not going to be there. It should have been out of bounds. That was off the suspension. They will play on instead, and it's a free possession for Erie. High pass inside, but Marcus gets a piece of it. Stewart driving down low, and an and one. A beautiful drive and finish for Jaden Stewart.
He's been a problem tonight.
But Cam, going back to it, should they have whistled that one dead?
Probably. I mean, when the suspension moves like that, you typically call it out. But still, I mean, good job keeping it alive by the Royals. Not panicking when the ball almost went over and back and finding the mismatch down low and getting it down there.
And as we like to say, we're not going to sit here and say this is what should have been the call. We're going to call it that way. That's the call on the floor. That's the right call. That's how we call the game up here. And the N1 is good. And you have to. We're not refs. We're commentators for that reason. And I think both of us played basketball and figured out that was not a clear life choice for us.
Yes.
Now, Bryce to my right, he wants to be a church league champion, so he might be one day. He might be. Maybe some MJ numbers in his future. Johnson in the corner, taking it inside. Beautiful outlet pass, but tipped by Jones. I get why you get in there, but you have to let it go next time.
Yeah.
Williams drives, right elbow, back top for Johnson. Step back three. He's got it. Limitless range for Marcus Johnson. And it's back to an 8-point game. Erie looking for another answer. Good pass down low, but intercepted by Starling. Since Garfield has given the rock to Marcus on every possession, they have taken over once again. MJ in the double team, down low. Jones swirling around, deep elbow, wide right. He's missed there every single time. It's always wide right. Stewart down low on Jones. Not enough on the physicality. And there's the jump ball. They're still going. And I think the jump ball was more of a formality call there from the official.
Yeah.
Maybe some salutations as well in the paint. Or some hugs.
Something like that.
I don't know what to tell you on that one. They should have really given up on that one a long time before they did. And it looks like they're going to say possession Garfield, which doesn't make sense. If they flipped it now, I don't get it. Okay, now it goes back.
Okay.
They just missed it the last time, I guess. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Obviously, that should be the end-all, be-all, but sometimes it's not. But a big jump ball for the Bulldogs, and a chance to take a double-digit lead once again. Deep wing, Javante Swift, back top for CJ Williams. 2:55 on the clock in the first half. CJ on the screen from Starling, far side, well downtown, Smith pumps, and he walks. Sonny Johnson not too happy on the far side, and I really can't blame him. Get your feet set and take your shot. And still plenty of time for Erie to get back into this game. Down by 8, they're still well within it, but they want to be closer at the break. And I'll give them their kudos right now. Driving in the cool from Erie, they have done a great job so far.
Yeah, they've done phenomenal. Started off a little bit slow, but able to get back in this game. That one won't help, though.
Off of Williams in the end and back to Garfield. But so many great teams have come in this building thinking they could take one off of Garfield over the past couple of years. It doesn't happen. This might be one of the closer renditions. I feel like Glenville, they had Garfield's number for a while until they really didn't. which of course that is logically implied.
Yes.
They had it until they didn't, but they really did in that first half. 2.5 on the clock in the first half. Starling, Johnson calls for a far side, gets ignored. Swift, back out wide, Starling for Williams. Johnson thought about getting it. Instead, Williams drives and is swatted away. But out wide, it's Swift. Not going to be there, well shy. Rebound Belcher. Swift tries it again, and it's blocked out of bounds. A high block for Knights. The scrappiness is clear for Erie.
They're trying to keep it away from Marcus. So far in that possession, they were doing a good job.
At this point, you have to make sure Marcus Johnson doesn't touch the ball unless he absolutely has to. Otherwise, it's not going to end well. And here he comes. Far side, beautiful pass to an open Williams. Williams can't knock it down, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touching Williams. You either got to commit or back off.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen a box out there. Just let it roll out of bounds. Take possession inbound with 2:01 on the clock and take it the other way. Instead, Garfield basketball. You don't give them this many possessions without them scoring. Williams off the inbound. It's Swift. Not going to be there. A rare miss on the third attempt for Garfield, and the Royals get their stop in the end.
Got to capitalize now.
Well down sound, 3 for Jones, and he's got it. That is one heck of an answer for the junior. He now has 8. And it's back to a 5-point game. Swift, top for Williams. The offense right now, it revolves around getting the ball to Marcus. The other shot creator is not really able to find their shot as things stand. Starling from the free throw line. Once again off kilter. And it's going to be picked up just right in front of their bench by Elberton. Once again, another non-shooter. Just can't knock it down. Far side 3, just too strong. MJ the rebound. And if you're Marcus, you take this one yourself. And he will. Driving and finishing. He Thanos'd it.
Why not? Yeah, it's inevitable.
So now a 7-point game with a minute on the clock in the first half. MJ gets a piece. Excellent composure by Jones. And there's the timeout call by Coach Pulliam. He wants to talk things over, and we will do the same. Just under a minute left to go in the first half. It's the Bulldogs up by 7.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Erie showing plenty of fight on the road in Ohio. 57.8 on the clock in the first half. 32-25 your score as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cameron Gazzo. We were talking during the break, Cam. All the offense, it's Marcus Johnson. Garfield needs somebody else to step up here, whether it be now or in the second half.
Right now, the Royals need some points before half.
If they can cut this one to 5 or 4, that would do them a lot of good. Lock it down low. Stewart, it's too easy for him.
Beautiful job on the pick and roll there.
Jaden Stewart now with 11. He has been so great down low. And you look at a guy that potentially BW could be recruiting, that would be a big get.
100%.
I would like to say Purple Raider. I would like to, but Cam, we'll give him you. We'll give him to you this time. Maybe, maybe not. All that in mind, he's going to go to Carnegie, or really, I think he has the ability of a D1 player. And it's tipped into the backcourt and out of bounds. It goes to Erie. I think the intangibles are there. He has another year of school. He could be a D2, D1 guy.
I wouldn't mind him up in Berea, yeah.
Or put him up with Lake Erie and Riley Cervenka. Don't know. There are no committed players on this roster. We do know that. Don't know if anybody is being actively recruited by any school. If one of those schools we mentioned is, we apologize for revealing your secrets. But obviously we don't know. 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Erie down by 5. A strong response from the visitors. Can they do a little bit more down the stretch? Back out wide, Stewart in the wing, running out of time, needs to pull it at the buzzer, and he can't get it to go, and that's halftime. A good look for Erie, but in the end, it's no good. And that is the opening 16 minutes, done and dusted. 32-27 your score. It's Garfield on top. Cam, What changed for the Erie offense, especially to get them back in this game?
They were really able to use Stewart down low. I think that's especially a big thing that's going to be looking forward in the rest of tonight's game. I mean, especially him on the pick and roll and just how well they're doing offensive rebounding-wise. So many second-chance points they've been able to get down low, especially to start off the game. And on defense, they're doing a phenomenal job, pretty much double-teaming Marcus every time he touches the ball. And the Bulldogs have some open shots, but they just haven't been able to knock them down.
Jaden Stewart, the leading scorer tonight for Erie. He has 11. 8 for Jones, 7 for Williams. Wofford, he is averaging 13.1. 0. And that's big for them right now. As for Garfield Heights, Cam, if I told you Marcus had 23 points, you wouldn't be surprised, as that's exactly what he has.
Yeah.
Beyond him, 6 points for Javante Swift, all on threes. 2 for Belcher, and 1 for Starling. That really just does tell you where we are scoring for Garfield. It's all Marcus Johnson right now, but the triple team starting to silence MJ. If somebody doesn't step up in the second half, Erie has a chance to get their 12th win of the year. Garfield, they want their 10th right here, right now in their own house before welcoming in Lutheran East on Saturday. As we step aside halftime in Garfield, it is the Bulldogs up 32-27 on the Royals as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Before we get back to the game, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. At the break, 32-27 your score as we're watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cameron Gazzo. A strong first half for Marcus Johnson. He leads the way with 23 points. How much of this second half has to revolve around him if Garfield Heights is to get the W in the end?
I think it's definitely going to revolve around here, especially him in the third, but they got to have some other players start making shots. They had open shots in the first half, couldn't knock him down. Let's see if a little halftime talk from Coach Johnson can spark something up and see if they can't light up the scoreboard here.
And they're going to have to. Usually a team that scores nearly 70 a night, only at 32, so you're kind of on pace for it. I think if Garfield wins tonight, they have to score in the 70s. This could be another Garfield-Glenville 74-70 quite easily, and it depends on how the Royals respond here at the beginning of the second half, and it's out of bounds, last touching Stewart. So a rocky start for the Royals. If anybody can make the proper halftime adjustments to get back in a game or to solidify your advantage, it's Sonny Johnson. And I think everybody here at Garfield Heights High School tonight understands that fact quite well. Williams to Johnson, far wing, already 23 for MJ. Now top with Williams. Outside of MJ, only 9 points for Garfield Heights. And that is a stunner for them. Williams, his three is good. CJ Williams on the board for the first time tonight.
They got to start more of those dropping from deep.
And it's back to an 8-point game. That has been, I would say, our most common score of the night. Garfield up by 8. Wofford in the double team, high pass Stewart, and swatted away by Marcus Johnson. A heavy shoe shine, the dive not enough. Swift picks it up in the end. Wofford just too late. MJ far side, he will drive under the basket. Beautiful dish, Williams for Swift. Pump fakes once, back top for Jones, and the Bulldogs will try it again. CJ Williams for Marcus Johnson in the wing. MJ finding space on the screen. Can't get it to roll in. Loose ball rebounds down low. Jones to the wing. CJ attracts the crowd. No look. Javante Swift. Once again too strong. And it's a big rebound, but take it away. Belcher. And there's another steal this time. Erie completely possesses. Wilson bobbles it out of bounds. And on the tip off of the Royals, it goes right back to Garfield Heights as both teams wanted to hand the ball to their opposition.
Yeah, Wilson almost able to keep it in bounds there, looking for his teammate in the corner. Can't get it to go, and Garfield's got another chance here.
If they can grow this lead, that would be big for them. Johnson, a rare air ball, and it's off of, I believe, Stewart's shoe. So Erie, a big stop, and here comes the offense, but once again, it's miscommunication. We saw him use a timeout in the first quarter. I think you might have to use your third of the game very soon if you are Coach Pulliam.
Yeah, if it keeps going up like this, I mean, just a lot of miscues by both teams.
You make at least one of those shots. This is a closer game, if not a game if you make both. That could be only decided by 2 points. Williams driving just outside the paint. The mid-range not going to be there. Rebound Belcher, and the putback is clean. And to be clear, that is the carry Belcher, the junior starter. The drive and the floater not there. Belcher the rebound, nearly out of bounds. But in the end, Garfield gets their stop and the rebound. Down low, Jones on the pump, in traffic. No good, but gets his own miss. Back top, Williams in the wing, wide open. Knocks it down. CJ Williams now with 6, and there's a timeout for Coach Pulliam. Biggest lead of the night for Bulldogs, as now they have a 13-point advantage. You have to look at the second half. Erie has had their chances, but Garfield Heights imposing their will. As we have a full timeout, we will step aside. 5:29 on the clock. All Bulldogs in Garfield.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Well, welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 5:29 on the clock in the third. It's an 8-0 run for the Bulldogs, and Cam, the key right now, it's players other than Marcus Johnson lighting up the scoreboard for the home team.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed to see, especially coming out of half. 2 big made threes. It's exactly what you want.
And the biggest lead of the night for the Bulldogs, and a chance to extend it, but it's out of bounds off of Marcus. I like that move, though. You tip it out of bounds in that passing lane, and you make them reset. But last time we saw this team take a timeout early, they had a great run after it. What do they need to lean into to make that happen again?
They just got to stop making silly mistakes. A couple of offensive possessions just gone to waste. I mean, they're just turning, it feels like they're just giving the ball to Garfield on a silver platter.
And for those trying to figure out the last time Garfield had a lead like this, it was 17-5 in the first quarter, just before Pulliam's first timeout. And in the end, it was 17-7 at that time. Jones's 3 just a bit shy, but a heavy effort gets the ball back, and it's out of bounds off of Garfield. All the hustle there from both sides on the baseline. That's what you have to do down there. This is going to be a physical battle, especially if Erie is going to find their way back in it. And it really starts here. High point pass. Williams able to take it in over Swift. Excellent composure from Williams. His fadeaway. Just off the mark. Belcher the rebound, and Swift will control. CJ Williams flying up to the other end. Beautiful spin move. He goes coast to coast, and there's the 2 for Cornelius Williams. He now has 8, and it's a 10-0 run. The game's first kill shot. And that gives Garfield a lot of confidence to win this game. And there's the first foul of the third quarter. A quick quarter so far with 4:33 left to go.
Yeah, not a ton of stoppages. That one, it looked like Williams able to poke the ball away, but then I believe he was reaching for it. Gets called for the reach in there.
Corner 3 for the Royals. Not going to be there, just a bit shy from Wofford, but the putback will fall. And Wofford is on the board for the first time today, ending the 10-0 run. They needed that one to fall, but still a mountain to climb. Beautiful shovel pass down low, and there's the slam from Zakarian Belcher. He now has 4. The drive in the lane, it's Lockett, and there's another foul on the Bulldogs. I would say that could have easily been a travel. But a 15-point lead in hand for Garfield Heights. Just play to your strengths and stay par for the course.
Yeah, I was going to say, can't get complacent. Doesn't matter how much you're up by. You saw how quickly they were able to come back earlier. Got to keep their foot on the gas.
And if you're the Royals, you need to start hitting some big shots. Stewart leaves it behind, and it's off to the races for the Bulldogs. Williams and Swift move back to back, but can't get it to fall. It's Wofford the rebound, and the Royals fly up the other end. Lockett pumps in the corner. Now in the wing, back deep, it's Wofford. Wofford 2 points tonight, trying to get past Swift. Beautiful outlet, it is Stewart, well shy, and he is fouled on the shot. That could have been an easy and one opportunity for him if he made it. You gotta knock that down.
Yeah, especially when you're going up against a smaller freshman there. It didn't even really matter that he jumped.
I felt like that was the classic example of counting your money at the table.
Yeah. Just got too greedy.
And he needs to knock down both, and he will start with the first one. He now has a team-high 12, but those were 2 big points, and obviously with that being in an alternate reality, the and one, it'd be a different game. 12-point game opposed to, at best, I believe 13, and instead it's going to be 14. That one no good. So the Bulldogs, they can extend their lead once again here, and they got really lucky on that last possession. They really did. Far side, Johnson keeps it alive, has to tiptoe on the far baseline, and Williams will reset at the top. CJ has grown into a really nice ball handling point guard. That shot not going to be there. Swift the rebound, down low, bouncing around. Jones got a piece, same with Belcher. Jones loses his footing, and timeout called by Coach Johnson. He hasn't used one yet. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty obvious that you call a timeout there. It especially helps because he hasn't used one. But, yeah, ball just got a little bit too slick. Trying to feed it inside, and no one could jump on top of it. Your guys got possession. Why not? I mean, you got 5 of them. Can't take them with you in the next game.
Looking at our broadcast schedule for the rest of the week, assuming Mother Nature does not decide to, be a little rude to us as well. Let's be real, we're going to get slammed with snow. But
yeah.
In a perfect world, tomorrow we're at Padua Franciscan High School as the Bruins take on CVCA, a 7 p.m. tip. It'll be me and you on the call for that one. Same with Saturday, assuming you're there, as it's Brunswick-Glenville. Another big game, one of the biggest games in the area. Trey Drexler going up against Theo Castro. One of the best battles of 3 versus 3 that we will see jersey number-wise. And oh, by the way, as you would imagine, they're both on the graphic.
Hey, I know not many of you know this. I used to play football with Trey Drexler.
He carried you then.
That is a fact. Well, I was the tight end, and I was
really?
I was a tight end.
In what world were you the tight end?
I don't know. It was insane, but he was our running back.
I don't believe that you were a tight end. I think we might have to check the tape on that one later. I want proof of this now.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
I don't believe it. 3:10 on the clock in the third. Garfield up by 14. Out of the timeout, this free possession. What can they do with it? Williams driving, keeps his composure, and it's an and one for CJ. CJ, MJ, it doesn't matter for Garfield.
Yeah, tough finishes at the basket for both of them.
He now has 10. Second player on the Bulldogs roster in double figures tonight. And I believe all 10 came in this quarter. So a chance for a 3-point play. And CJ can't knock it down. But a 16-point lead for the Bulldogs, their biggest of the game. The Royals looking to answer once again. They have only scored, I believe, 3 points in this second half. Lockett driving far lane. His fadeaway is good. Tave Lockett on the board for the first time tonight. They got a 14-point game. And this is where Marcus Johnson really needs to take back over again. I don't think he scored in the third. I think he's still stuck on 23. And a big reason why is CJ Williams. Top, Swift, back for Marcus. 2:25 left to go in the third. No look pass down low. Starling in traffic, no good. And there's the late foul call.
I was going to say, surprised I didn't see a foul. Not one from underneath, comes from up top, but I think that's the right call.
I think it was. You get airborne like that, you have a defender right on your hip.
Yeah, especially
9 times out of 10 it's a foul.
Yeah, especially when they try and slide under you, dangerous act.
First of 2, good for Starling. And I think Chris Collinsworth, he knows a thing or two about sliding in dangerously.
Okay.
I mean, back in his prime, he would do the slide. Both good for Starling. I think off air you did the slide.
I did.
Maybe next time we go on camera, you do the slide.
Maybe. I don't want to be Chris Collinsworth though. I'm going to be myself.
I don't know about that one. Wofford nearly losing it inside, intercepted Starling, and Garfield is off to the races. It's Marcus Johnson slipping through the defense. Can't get it to go, just too shy off the iron. Rebound inside Starling. Back top, Jones, the Euro, and the right-hand finish is true. Antonio Jones is on the board. The Bulldogs are in the 50s, now up by 18. And a clear foul there on the Bulldogs on the drive, their 4th foul. But Williams, a clear path right to the basket. I don't hate that one at all.
Able to get past a couple of guys. Yeah.
And I was about to say, no way that was on the shot.
No.
Has any team been in the bonus yet? I don't think
No.
so. So that might be about to change. And Jones will sub out, so maybe a smaller look here for the Bulldogs. And Stewart, the and one. What a finish for him yet again. And I think the moment that Garfield goes a little bit smaller, that's when Stewart can take over again. I know it's one guy coming out of the game. I know you still have a Belcher on the floor, but they go slightly smaller, and that's when they're going to attack that low post.
Absolutely.
And I think that's your avenue back in the game. You attack low, get Garfield in foul trouble, and get their big guys out of the game. The and one for Stewart is clean. So now back to a 15-point game. Once again, no points for Marcus Johnson in the 3rd, and that might be about to change. Williams for MJ. Deep wing, but still MJ range. He will drive, and the floater is good. Right on cue, he is back on track, now with 25. Averaging 29 per game, still below that average. And tipped out of bounds, Malik Terry down below.
We had a second, another MJ in the building as well. This time it's Michi Johnson.
Trying to see where he came in. Oh, yeah, I see him down there.
Yeah.
No surprise to see Michi in the building tonight. I'm sure doing some scouting for their game next week and also preparing for Jermaine Gay in Bedford tomorrow. Deep 3, Stewart, in and out and in again. A big triple from Jaden Stewart. His first from downtown tonight. Back to a 14-point game. Erie chipping away at the Bulldogs' advantage. Williams, top of the arc, a minute to go in the 3rd. Step back 3, C.J. Williams, dynamite! Cornelius Williams is absolutely nasty. The passing of the torch. I think Garfield Heights is going to be very good for the next couple of years as well.
Yeah.
If there was any doubt of that. Wofford driving in the lane, and he is fouled. But all this coming in the 3rd quarter for Cornelius Williams. 3 threes and 2 twos. Yes, 13 in this quarter out of a possible 14, as he did miss 1 free throw. But a very strong outing for him. And, of course, you can't forget Marcus Johnson's 25.
Only 2 points this quarter, though.
And I think that was the key. Other players have to score that aren't named Marcus Johnson. If your whole team is Marcus Johnson, that is how you lose in the playoffs. He could be a big part of it. He could score 40 to 45 in a given game, and they could win. But if you're relying on Marcus to make pretty much every single shot and nobody else get hot, that's how you quickly play yourself out of games. And Coach Johnson understands that. I still think it's absurd to say take the ball out of the hands of the number 2 player in the state.
Yeah.
Both good. So Wofford now with 4. Back to a 15-point game. Still a mountain to climb for Erie. A 10-point swing in favor of Garfield this quarter. And it was that kill shot right now. That is the difference. Less than 30 seconds on the clock in the 3rd. Williams already 13 in the quarter. No look pass. Terry, far side of the wing and back up top. Good movement all the way around by the Bulldogs. And they are going to want to hold for the final shots. Johnson taking his time. He will drive 10 seconds, and the left-hand floater is good. He now has 27, a 17-point lead, a chance here at the buzzer for Erie, and they can't get it to go. Too strong from Wofford, and that's the 3rd quarter done and dusted. And there's the air ball from C.J. Williams on the shot that did not matter in the end. Through 3 in Garfield Heights, it is the Bulldogs, and one of their big games of the year, up by 17 on SmeeSports.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
A strong performance tonight for the Garfield Heights Bulldogs, up by 17-3 as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cam Ragazzo. A big third quarter swing, Garfield in the driver's seat. How do you solidify the win and get to that key number of 70?
Well, you just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? Calling Marcus here and there, but it's got to be other people making those shots. Obviously, CJ had a big third quarter. Let's see if he can keep it going here in the fourth.
Marcus Johnson, 23 points in the first half, only 4 in the third, so 27 for him tonight. And he wants another 30 ball as who let the dogs out comes on. Johnson, his mid-range is good. It's just so effortless for Marcus Johnson. Everything falls.
Yeah. Those high arcing shots, they're pretty.
Just like the Midas touch, everything he touches turns to gold.
Ooh.
And he goes down there, nobody around. Glad to see he's okay as he will lead the transition offense. And he is fouled from behind.
I thought the worst.
I think everybody in this building did the moment you go down like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a false step type thing.
I think a lot of fans here tonight held their breath for at least a split second. They're glad that he's okay, of course. And now the question is, do you take him out after that? It's a tough one. Really a tough call. Williams taking it up the floor again. 7:20 on the clock in regulation. To the wing, Javante Swift to the corner, wide open. CJ Williams, it's good. And they will call it a 3. That is his 4th of the game. Maybe his foot was on the line, maybe not. That 3 no good for the visitors. And Belcher the rebound. I thought his foot was on the line. So kind of surprised to see that one be called a 3. Williams from the elbow. Once again, it's good. CJ Williams has taken over in the second half. It's all Garfield up by 24. When it mattered most, Garfield Heights pulled away. Wilson, his mid-range shot will fall. And Erie needs a lot more just like it to get back in it. Now a 22-point game. Johnson, Williams, wide open, thought about it. Instead, it's to the corner, and it's good. Antonio Jones knocks it down. And it'll be a 2 as called on the far side. He now has 4. And the 3 in transition is good. It's Wofford. So a lot of quick scoring for both teams.
Feels like they turned it on now, but it's a little bit too late. I mean, they still got some time to get back in it.
Johnson well downtown. And again, it's off the suspension. That time they call it.
But I mean, they got to start moving quickly.
And they called it a 3, I guess, going back to it. It's 67 on the board. I don't know how that was. I mean, going back to it, his foot was on the line. So I guess Antonio Jones has 3. A 22-point lead for the Bulldogs. Stewart down low and an and one. He has done that exact thing so well tonight. Jaden Stewart now with 20. And we'll see if eventually, in retrospect, they do go and take that point off the board. We've seen it happen, but I don't think they will. I think the board in general is just running slow. As there's the end one, so it should be 67-48. And they have 46. It's definitely 67-48. There it is. Had me concerned with my math skills for a second. Jones tiptoeing the baseline. Johnson driving inside. He kicks stop for Swift. Thought about the step back instead. MJ, well downtown. He's got it. And there's the 30 ball for Marcus Johnson. 32 tonight for MJ, and maybe counting, and they will call it a foul on Marcus. I thought that was all ball.
Yeah.
But the Bulldogs at that magic number of 70. Already above that season average and a chance for more. But improving to 10-4 on the year, winning your 7th straight game. Then the big one, Saturday night. If you lose that one, it's all for naught.
Yeah.
And we'll see how they do play that game. It's going to be very interesting. Is it going to be Marcus takes over like he did against Richmond last year at youth elite and scores 35? Or this year where he scored 40 on Glenville? Is it CJ Williams and Marcus combined for 60? I don't know. Could be a combination of those things. But I think both players have to be heavily involved. Stewart drives and swatted away. Jones says not so fast. That time doesn't get the block, but there's the miss. Stewart driving on Jones, and another and one. I'll tell you what, at the next level, Jaden Stewart is going to be a problem.
He really is. Like you said, he's got all the tools, he's got all the talent, and he's got another year in him.
It's scary to think what he can become for this Erie team, and of course, at the next level. I think potentially D1. I really do see it. With that physicality, whether he plays, of course, I think he can easily get it done. Back to a 19-point game, still 5:15 left to go. Erie putting on a great defensive showing, and they will get the turnover. Now the two there, and finally it falls. Lockett puts it away, now a 17-point game. And Garfield Heights, they just need to clear the backcourt. Williams able to run the offense, but loses it behind. It's Wofford driving up to Lockett, and Lockett will finish. He now has 6. Back to a 15-point game. Williams nearly out of bounds. Swift takes it in the backcourt, and Johnson finally gets a touch. Haven't seen him in a long while. No look pass down low, and there's the heavy finish. Garfield needed it, and there's the interception. It's Swift. Out wide, Marcus Johnson driving down low. Mid-range, off the side, no good. So all the way around, a lot of chaos for the Bulldogs. And now a chance for another big shot for Royals. And the Royals knock it down. It's Lockett. A wing 3. And this one's getting interesting. Now a 14-point game. And Erie calls the timeout. Why? I don't like it. I really don't.
No. Especially when your team's on a heater like that. Just let them keep going.
I think that run gives you a chance in this game. There's still 4:20 on the clock. And we've seen comebacks just like it. You knock down those threes, and for a second, I thought Marcus Johnson wasn't on the floor. He was just blanketed that well. Once again, Cam, looking at our next couple of games. A big one tomorrow, Padua CBCA, followed by on Saturday, Brunswick-Glenville, both 7 p.m. tip-offs. On Sunday, weather permitting, which we should have an answer on tomorrow. It is the 2026 Diocese of Cleveland Priest versus Seminarians basketball game. That'll be a 6 p.m. tip-off. Then next Monday, Alliance and Tuskegee Central Catholic girls basketball at 6. Tuesday, we head on off to Minerva for a boys basketball matchup as Marlington rolls into town at 7. Then on Wednesday, a 6 p.m. tip-off. It's the Backyard Brawl in girls basketball. Alliance and Marlington at Marlington. Next Thursday, we're back in the building. Brother versus brother, part 5. Another chance for Michi to get a big win over his brother. 0-4 so far, but all it takes is one to change that, and we will see if that happens next Thursday at 7. Next Friday, that is the 30th, we will be at Minerva once again for boys basketball. Minerva Alliance, and then staff permitting next Saturday will be Marlington CCC. That is Canton Central girls basketball at 12:45. And that'll wrap up January. So a lot of big games still coming up. Johnson and company up by 14, but the Royals starting to get back in it. Swift down low to the top. Williams far side, an open look for 3, and it's good. The Bulldogs needed that one to fall, and it's McClain, the junior, knocking it down. He now has 5. Erie has to respond here, now down by 17. Deep 3, and it's airball down to Swift. And this is where you slam the door shut if you're the Bulldogs, and they will lay it in instead. Antonio Jones flying up the floor, and the Bulldogs are really solidifying the win. Once again, goes back to that timeout. Why? Stewart spinning inside, pivoting to the corner. Wofford thinks about the 3 on Williams, works off the screen instead, has some space. His 3 is good. A beautiful finish for Sebastian Wofford. He now has 10. 77-61. Swift on the far side of the wing. Immediate double team. Nowhere to go. High point pass. Out wide McLean. And he will pick up Marcus Johnson. MJ on the screen. He has 32. Down low Swift. And there is Jones. And he will slam it down. And the Bulldogs are 1 point away from 80. One of their best offensive showings of the season as expected. Lockets with MJ right there. 3 minutes on the clock. Make sure you stick with us as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center when this one is done. And as the seconds go by, it is looking more and more likely like it'll be a Bulldog. Assuming this result holds, a great win tonight for Garfield Heights. 10-4 on the year. And once again, win number 7 in a row. Keep in mind, they come back from Florida under 500. And they have rallied quite nice. Marcus Johnson in the lane, and he is nearly clotheslined. And it'll be free throws for MJ. .32 points so far for Marcus Johnson. A chance for 33 and 34. 33 will have to wait. He is now 2 for 3 at the line tonight. But you look at the offense so far this year, they have scored 80 plus twice. 80 against Shaker, 82 against Bedford. So a chance for their best offensive outing of the season.
And that's pretty much the white flag for the Royals there. A brand new starting 5 in.
And still 2:39 on the clock, and Garfield, they will do the same, I think. You will see who runs the offense. I think you keep a guard in here. Williams is going to come out. Swift is going to come out. I think the only player remaining is going to be McLean, because I think the last one is going to be for the shooter.
Correct.
And that will be the case. So Marcus Johnson, one more shot, one more chance to get 33 points. Either way, above his season average, a great outing for him. And he will end with 33 most likely. And there is the change. Marcus Johnson, he did his job, committed to South Carolina for a reason, just like his cousin Michi. And it's the Bulldogs up by 19, 2.5 on the clock. And here comes the second team for the Royals. Wilson drives inside, not going to be there. Rebound Belcher. And now the Bulldogs are playing for their best offensive outing of the season, period. Terry, loose ball, and picked up again. Here come the Royals flying in transition, and they will lay it in. It's Wilson. Wilson now with 5. Back to a 17-point game, but a little bit too late for Erie. Down low, Belcher tries getting it, instead tipped to the wing. It's McLean driving, and there's the heavy finish. I'm shocked not to see an and one.
Yeah.
Tied best performance of the year, 82 against Bedford, now 82 tonight against Erie. And there's the travel. 1:52 left to go in regulation. And the Bulldogs, a chance to get to 83 plus for the first time in the 25-26 campaign. What a salvo to fire off heading into Saturday against Lutheran East. If you want to instill fear in the Falcons, this is how you do it.
I mean, you had 32 at halftime, too.
So a big 50-point second half and counting. That one out of bounds, last touching Wilson. $1:42 still on the clock. Once again, join us tomorrow, 7 p.m., weather permitting, Padua CVCA boys basketball. Then on Saturday, Brunswick-Glenville boys basketball at Brunswick. Sunday, Pre-Seminarians Diocese of Cleveland annual game, 6 p.m. at Holy Name High School. So 3 great games still left to go this week, if you will. So excited to do all those games, assuming Mother Nature does cooperate, which we will have to see if that does happen or not. Most likely not. Anneton, loose ball, booting it. Able to pick up Swift. Swift, his lob, just a bit behind. Try picking up Belcher, and they will reset. Swift taking his time. He takes the 3. Well shy. And kept alive. Belcher banks it in, and the Bulldogs have their best offensive performance of the season. That was completely set up by the player tiptoeing the line. That was number 23, most likely somebody from the JV team, which we do not have a number 23 on our roster. But 84-63, the Bulldogs, after a rocky end of the first half, really kick it into high gear. Mid-range for Wilson, off the iron, rebound Swift. And we are in the final minute of regulation. Once again, stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. A lot of great Bulldogs up for that award, but one, as usual, stands above the rest. Swift inside, intercepted, and there's the trip in transition. Accidental contact there from Swift. But a great win all the way around for the Bulldogs, and we'll talk about that a little bit during our post-game show. And, of course, the big one we have to preview, Garfield Lou East. Deep breath.
Yeah.
Initially, it was supposed to be Reynoldsburg. So it goes from bad to worse for Garfield on Saturday. At one point, you're saying, okay, we get Reynoldsburg, a great team. All right, Lutheran East.
Yeah.
Oh. You see the schedule change. You're happy for a second, and then you see that. Which I'm sure Coach Lickens and company watching this game, I think there might be some jitters, but if you ask him, he's going to say, we see the tape, we know what we do, and we know what we are bringing here to Garfield Heights High School on Saturday. And if you're Coach Lickens, you're Dylan Ziegler, you're Bryce Irby, given this performance, you say, game on, Garfield, game on. Your final score tonight, 84-63. Garfield Heights knocks off Erie from Pennsylvania. You beat one of the best teams in the state next to you. That is a statement win for Garfield Heights and Sonny Johnson. One smoke game down and one big victory.
Yeah, and still a couple more big ones to go. Obviously, you have the one on Saturday, and then, you know, another big one next Thursday as well.
And with that in mind, we will step aside for the final time, and when we return, we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 84-63 your final tonight. It is the Bulldogs getting a big victory over Erie coming in from Pennsylvania. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cam Ragazzo, your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Who else but Marcus Johnson? 33 points tonight. Cam, how did MJ from start to finish set the tempo for the victorious Bulldogs?
Well, really, it was from the start, from the jump, came out and immediately, I believe, had 12 of the first 12 points for the Bulldogs. Really was putting on a show here early. I believe in the first half he had 23, and then, you know, added a calm 10 in the second half. Really didn't feel his presence too much, but I mean, this team really sparked it up at halftime. Obviously, Coach Sonny Johnson coaching his guys up well. Was up by 5 at halftime, I believe, but really able to get it go in the second. C.J. Williams, what a phenomenal third and fourth quarter for him. I mean, really set this offense ablaze. I mean, didn't even need to use Marcus that much, although, you know, still added the 10 points.
And you look at him specifically, all 18 of his points came in that second half. He was lights out all the way around. I was so impressed by CJ. He is just one of those players technically gifted with the dribbling and just his ability on defense. But tonight, he put it all together in a big way, especially after a rocky first half.
Yeah, I mean, he really did, and it was a huge reason why this team won, and won by so much. Obviously, props to the Royals for coming back and doing their best in the second half. You know, they definitely kept it close, had an opportunity, went on a little bit of a run there. I think a little bit of a misused timeout there. I don't know, going back on it, probably wouldn't have used it there, but definitely a good run for them. But in the end, just too much to overcome the Bulldogs offense, really high flying.
And that could have easily kept the game in favor of Erie momentum-wise at that time. But not a bad second half for them. They still were able to score a good amount of points, over 30 in the end. I believe they had 36. But when Garfield scores 52 points in 16 minutes, there's only so much you can do looking at the rest of their scoring outside of the 18 for Williams and the 33 for Johnson, 2 for Zachariah Belcher, 6 for Javante Swift, 3 for Rod Starling, 7 for Tavon McLean, 9 for Antonio Jones, and Zakarian Belcher contributed 6 points to the Bulldog cause. As for Erie, their leading scorer, Jaden Stewart, 24 points. I'll tell you what, get a little bit taller, stay equally strong. He is going to be a real problem at, I would say, at least the D2, if not D1 level next year. After playing his senior year, of course, as he is only a junior, which is absurd to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was phenomenal, and he was the reason that Erie was still in this game, especially early off the pick and roll, was doing a phenomenal job down inside. Had a couple of early offensive rebounds as well that contributed to some nice second chance points. But credit to Garfield really cleaning that up at halftime, not letting Stewart get as many offensive rebounds, although Stewart was still having his way down low.
Rounding out the rest of the scoring, 9 for Lockett, 8 for Jones, 7 for Williams, 10 for Wofford, 5 for Wilson. Erie, their next 5 games, not going to be easy. It's Girard, Meadville, McDowell, OAIS, and Cathedral Prep to wrap up the regular season. Cathedral Prep knocked them off last night. McDowell knocked them off this season and knocked them out of the playoffs last year in round 1 in what was a, I believe, play-in game. So still, that is going to be a redemption game for them. As for Garfield, Lou East, Warrensville, CCC, Bedford, Maple. Let's talk about the big one. Garfield Heights Lutheran East. We saw the post a few weeks ago posted by TG Media and Third Coast Hoops saying they would not cover another game until Lutheran East and Garfield Heights agreed upon a date and a time to play a game. Garfield Heights hosting the Play-by-Play Classic on Saturday, initially slated to take on a very talented Reynoldsburg team, which, if you look at the uniforms tonight, I would say they accomplished that.
Yeah.
Instead, Lutheran East slides in. I like the move. It's really the Battle of Cleveland.
It really is. It's going to be a huge game. I mean, I'm so excited for it.
I think that's one that on Twitter we'll be refreshing our phones as we are getting ready for our broadcast on Saturday over at Brunswick High School. Looking at our schedule as we toss things back down to the very dark floor here at Garfield Heights High School. Tomorrow night, Padua CVCA boys at 7. Saturday, Brunswick-Glenville boys basketball, same time. Sunday, pre-seminarians game over at Holy Name High School at 6. Next week, going through the list, a Monday through Saturday slate of games. A lot of great ones in there. Alliance TCC on Monday at 6 in girls basketball. Tuesday, back to the boys with Minerva and Marlington at Minerva. Wednesday, it is going to be Alliance Marlington at Marlington, the backyard brawl for girls basketball. Thursday, back in the building here, Garfield Heights, Warrensville Heights. It is the Johnson and Johnson battle. On Friday, it is Alliance Minerva boys basketball at Minerva. And rounding out our coverage in January, it is going to be a big matchup between Marlington and Canton Central. That game is pending staff being available to do it outside of just me. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and the Stark County areas. And finally, information is on your screen on how you can advertise with us or sponsor our broadcast so we can be in the building here at Garfield Heights, Warrensville Heights, Padua, Holy Name, you name it more often. If you want your team covered, the best way to get it done is to sponsor us. As well, if you are a part of your school's athletic boosters, you can directly pay us to come in and do games. Different rates do apply. Message us, and we will go through the possible packages to get the best possible coverage for your team, as that is what we pride ourselves on. We are athlete first, faith, family, and sports. The athletes, they matter the most. The storylines, they matter the most. whether it be Cleveland or Stark County, we want to be there covering the big games. But that'll do it for us tonight here at Garfield Heights High School. It is the Bulldogs 84-63 taking down the Erie Royals. For Camera Gazzle, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Garfield Heights High School. Erie fans, safe travels back to PA as we wish you the best of luck from here on out, as this has been the OHSAA on SmeeSports presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.